Welcome to Story Time with Sheldon. Tonight we're reading A Bad Case of Stripes. I love that one. By David and Shannon. Camellia Cream, I don't know why her last name is Cream, loved lima beans, but she never ate them. All her friends did not like lima beans at all, and she wanted to fit in. Camellia was always worried about whatever people thought of her. Today, she was fretting more than usual. It was her first day of school and she couldn't decide what to wear. There were so many people to impress. She tried on 42 outfits, but none of them seemed quite right. She put on a pretty red dress and looked at the mirror. Then she screamed. Her mother ran into the room and she screamed too, like this. Ah! Oh my heavens! She cried. You're completely covered with stripes! This was certainly true. Camellia was striped from head to toe. She looked like a rainbow. I don't know how she got those stripes. She looked like a rainbow. Mrs. Cream felt Camellia's forehead. Do you feel all right? She asked. I feel fine, Camellia answered. But just look at me. You get back in bed this instant, her mother ordered. You're not going to school today. Camellia was relieved. She didn't want to miss her first day of school, but she was afraid of what the other kids would say. And she had no idea what to wear with those crazy stripes. Here's Camellia with her stripes. That afternoon, Dr. Bumble came to examine Camellia. Most extraordinary, he exclaimed. I've never seen anything like it. What? I don't know why his name is Dr. Bumble. I've never seen anything. Are you having any coughing, sneezing, runny nose, aches, pains, chills, hot flashes, dizziness, drowsiness, shortness of breath, or uncontrollable twitching? No, Camellia told him. I feel fine. Well then, Dr. Bumble said, turning to Mrs. Cream, I don't see any reason why she shouldn't go to school tomorrow. Here's some ointment that should help clear up her stripes in a few days. If it doesn't, you know where to reach me. And off he went. Here's Dr. Bumble examining Camellia. I see red stripes on her tongue. That's crazy. The next day was a disaster. Of course, because she has those stripes. Everyone at school laughed at Camellia. They called her Camellia Crayon and Night of a Living Lollipop. She tried her best to act as very drama. But when the class did a Pledge of Allegiance, her stripes turned red, white, and blue, and she broke out in stars. What? She looked like a American flag. How did this happen? The other kids thought this was great. One yelled out, let's see some purple polka dots. Sure enough, Camellia turned all purple polka dotty. Someone else shouted, checkerboard. And a pattern of squares covered her skin. Soon everyone was calling out different shapes and colors. And poor Camellia was changing faster than you can change channels on TV. Look at that. That night, Mr. Holmes, the school principal. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Cream. I'm going to ask you to keep Camellia home from school. She's just too much of a distraction. And I've been getting called by the other parents. Are afraid the strife might be contagious. I don't know what contagious means.
You don't?
No, I don't at all.
Oh, like when you're sick and you cough on somebody and your cough is contagious, it means like they catch your cough. So the parents are worried that they might catch her stripes.
Camellia now I know what it means. Camellia was so embarrassed. She couldn't believe that 2 days ago, everyone liked her. Now, nobody wanted to be in the same room with her. Her father trying to make her feel better. Is there anything I can get you, sweetheart? He asked. No, thank you, said Camellia. What she really wanted was a nice plate of lima beans. But she had been left at enough for one day. Here's a picture. I hope I don't catch her stripes. Well, yes, I see. Dr. Bumble muttered when Mr. Cream phoned the next day. I think we'd better bring in the specialist. I think I'll be right over. After an hour later, Dr. Bumble arrived with 4 cream. One coat. He introduced them to the creams. This is Dr. Grub, Dr. Sponge, Dr. Cricket, and Dr. Yuck. Those are funny names. And the specialists went to work on Camellia. They squeezed, and jabbed, tapped, and tested. It was very uncomfortable. Well, it's not mumps, concluded Dr. Grub, or the measles, said Dr. Sponge. Definitely not chicken pox, put in Dr. Cricket. Or sunburn, said Dr. Young. Try these, said the specialist. They each handed her a bottle filled with different colored pills. Take one of each before you go to bed, said Dr. Grub. Then they filed at the front door, followed by Dr. Bumble. Look at her! That is so crazy. How did that happen? Oh, wait, I know now. That night, Camellia took her medicine. It was awful. When she woke up the next morning, she did feel different. But when she got dressed, her clothes didn't fit right. She looked in the mirror, and there, staring back at her, was a giant multicolored pill with her face on it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
That is crazy.
Dr. Bumble rushed over as soon as Mr. Cream called. But this time, instead of a specialist, he brought the experts. Dr. Gord and Mr. Melon are the finest scientific minds ever land. Once again, Camellia was poked and prodded, looked at and listened to. The experts wrote down lots of numbers, but they huddled up together and spoke. Dr. Gord finally spoke. It might be a virus, he announced before suddenly fuzzy little virus balls appeared all over Camellia. Or possibly some form of bacteria, said Mr. Melon. Out popped squiggly little bacteria tails. Or it could be a fungus, added Dr. Gord. Instantly, Camellia was covered with different colored fungus blotches. Ugh. The experts looked at Camellia. Please don't let that happen to me.
You?
Yeah.
I would never.
No. The experts looked at Camellia and then at each other. We need to go over these numbers again back at the lab, Dr. Gord explained. We'll call you when we know something. But the experts didn't have a clue. Much less than a cure. You see what little bacteria tails?
I do.
By now, the TV news had found out about Camellia. Reporters from every channel were outside her house, telling the story of the bizarre case of the incredible changing kid. Soon, a huge crowd was camped out on the front lawn. Look at the guys like this. I guess it was styling his hair or something. The creams were swamped with all kinds of remedies. All kinds of remedies from psychologists, allergists, herbologists, nutritionists, physics, an old medicine man, a guru, and even a vegetarian. Each so-called cure only added to poor Camellia's strange appearance. Until it was hard to even recognize her.
You can close my door.
I'm in the middle of a video right now.
Yeah, but
She sprouted roots and berries and crystals and feathers and a long furry tail. But nothing worked. Here's how she looks. Real hard to recognize her. Very right. One day, a woman who called herself an environmental therapist claimed she could cure Camellia. Close your eyes, she said. Breathe deeply and become one with your room. I wish you hadn't said that, Camellia groaned. Slowly, she started to melt into the walls of her room. Her bed became her mouth. I don't want that to happen to me, but it would never happen to me.
I would never.
Thank goodness. Her nose was a dresser, and her paintings were her eyes. The therapist screamed and ran from the house. What are we going to do? Cried Mr. Cream. It just keeps getting worse and worse. She began to sob. Hey, look at those crystals. They look pretty cool. At that moment, Mr. Cream heard a quiet little knock at her front door, like this. She opened it, and there stood an old woman who was just as plump and sweet as a strawberry. Excuse me, she said brightly, but I think I can help. She went into Camelia's room and looked around. My goodness, she said with a shake of her head. What we have here is a bad case of stripes. One of the worst I've ever seen. She pulled a container of small green beans from her bag. Here, she said. These might do a trick. Are those magic beans? Said Mr. Cream. Oh my, no, replied the kind old woman. There's no such thing. These are just plain old lima beans. I bet you'd like some, wouldn't you? She asked Camellia. Camellia wanted a big, heaping plate full of lima beans more than just about anything. But she was still afraid to admit it. yuck. She said, no one likes lima beans, especially me. Oh dear, the old woman said sadly. I guess I was wrong about you. She put the beans back into her bag and started toward the door. Camelia watched the old woman walk away. Those beans looked so good, and being let up for eating them was nothing compared to what she was going through. She finally couldn't stand it. Wait! She cried. The truth is, I really love lima beans. I thought so, the old woman said with a smile. She took a handful of beans and popped them into Camelia's mouth. Mmm, said Camelia. Suddenly, the branches, feathers, and squiggly tails began to disappear. When it stopped, the rest of Camelia, and everything was back to normal. I'm cured, she shouted. Yes, said the old woman. I knew the real you was in there somewhere. She patted Camelia on the head. Then she went outside and vanished into the crowd. Afterward, Camelia wasn't quite the same. Some of the kids at school said she was weird, but she didn't care a bit. That's what she said. She ate all the lima beans she wanted. And she never even had a touch of stripes again. The end. I hope you like the story.
Mama, I want